Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. So they like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit. Hey! One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drums, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5 but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
Mata ya, presenta su.
Mata ya, ban banyamyan, ban ya shahal. Yao ba slap. Yao ba shamya.
Say it from the start again. I'm out of spot. You go ahead.
Mata ya, ban banyamyan, ban ya shahal.
Mata ya, ban banyan,
Ban ya shahal.
ban ya sha'ala.
Ya ba shim ya shah brakathum.
Ya ba shim ya shah barakatah. You can hold it one time. One time like this.
La ya shahal.
Hold on again. We're not coming to school. You place it down now. So you can see a margin, which means it's that.
A margin, which means to stand.
Walking out for done.
Walk for y'all.
Keep it that. Keep it that. Walking out for done, which means turn face east.
Walk for y'all. Kadunk, which means turn and face the east. Say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw.
Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Ayah. Shemka. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayka. Ayah.
I.S.U.P.K.
Ratazah.
Kawak.
Ayah. Washemayim.
The thunder now.
The
Cow.
You want. Wasalaki now. Kabawaki now. Wasalaki now.
Kabawaki now.
Wala'ah. Tabayaya now. Tabaya now. Banisaya one.
Abo.
Awashaya
now. Mayan.
Ra. Kaya.
Laka.
Amalak.
Waha'ala.
Waha'tapara.
La'aywalamim. Aman.
And in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be.
We'll say the power. Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahweh.
Babakashah.
The
thunder now. Hakak.
Laraba'ah.
Kal
Makala. Wakal Malawa.
Hakak. Latahal.
Amatazarite.
Hakak. Lahaki.
Amaki.
Hakak.
Our Kawa.
Tama'ala. Lagarashim. Bahashim. Yahushua. The water I'm on. And in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be.
We'll say, bless Israel. Yahweh.
Bahashim.
Yahweh.
Barak Wayasha'ala. Wahabaya. Sapari. Barak. Magun. Bahashim Yahushua. The water I'm on. And in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. Our loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be.
Say Psalms 121. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahaya.
Ahahaya.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'an, Yahweh, I.S.U.P.K, Shemaiah, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yalawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shawamah, Yasha'al, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Ayah, Yamika, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makara, Yashimah, Aknabashka, Yahweh, Yashimah, Taza'aka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'itha, Wa'adawalam, the water Aman. And in the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help coming from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth this word shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth and even forevermore. So be.
Say Psalms 83. Alahayim. Al-Damalika. Al-Takarash. Wa-Al-Tashakwat. Yahanna. I.S.U.P.K. Yahanna Yawam. Wamashanaya. Nasha'aw. Ra'ash. Al-Imika. Ya'irayumwa. Sawad. Wayataya Itazu. Al-Tasapawanyaka. Amara. Lakara. Wanakakia. Magalia. Wala'a. Yazaka. Sham Yasha'al. Iwa. Kaya. Now Itazu. La. Yakago. Al-Yaka. Barya. Yakarafwa. Ahalia. Alawam. Wayashima'ali. Mawa'abu. Wahagari. Gabal. Wa'amalak. Palashab. Amyashabia. Tazawo. Gamashawo. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarawat. Labanya. Salah. I.S.U.P.K. Kamajin. Kasaya Sara'ah. Kayabian. Banakal. Koyashwan. Nashimadwa. Ba'ayan Da'ara. Yawa. Hayawa. Deman. La'adama. Shayathamwa. Nadiyatmwa. Ka'ara. Wakazabak. Wakatazamana. Kanasaya Kamwa. Ashar. Amaru. Nayarashah. Lanawa. Na'awa. Alahaya. Shayathamwa. Kagagala. Kwash. Lapanya Raka. Ka'ash. Taba'ayra. Kalahaba. Salahat.
Salahat.
Hayam.
Hayam.
Kan.
Good.
Kan.
Come.
Taradakma.
Tawadakma.
Basa Arika.
Basa Arika.
Wabasa Wapaka.
Wabasa Wapaka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Palawam.
Palawam.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa. Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayaba'al.
Wayaba'al.
Ayai.
Ajai.
Wayakapaw.
Wayakapaw.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayada'awa.
Wayada'awa.
Kaya Hatha.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Labaka.
Ayuwan.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Kaharatazah.
Al-Kaharatazah.
The
The one I want. And in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Below.
Below.
Thine enemies make a tumble.
Thy enemies make a tumble.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy
And
people.
consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them
from
off
being a nation.
from being a
That the
nation.
name of Israel
That the name of
may
Israel
be no more remembered.
may be no more
But they
remembered.
have consulted together
But they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of
and
Edom,
the Israelites,
and the
of
Israelites,
Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
of all and Ammon,
Gabal and
and
Ammon,
Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher is also joined with them.
Asher is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of light.
Salah.
Salah.
You unto them,
You unto them,
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sarah,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kishon,
the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at
They
Endor.
became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a
and
red,
like Zaed.
and like Zaed.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Sabbath,
as the
and as
Bible,
Yahanna,
and as Amun,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh in
the
possession.
houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wind,
make them like a
as
wind,
the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the
and
wood,
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
with thy temper,
and make them afraid
and make them
with
afraid
thy storm.
with thy
So
storm.
fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
and
shame.
they may seek thy
That
name.
they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded,
let them be
and
confounded,
trouble
and
forever.
trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to shame,
and purged,
and purged,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high,
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
Saul, which means to turn. Shopping, you see.
And up here, the shopping, which means to be seated. Let me get a water, bro, for sure. No sweat. You understand? All right, Shalom Israel. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe as y'all come into the stream. Make sure you like, share, you subscribe. You understand? Follow. This is the I.S.U.P.K Sabbath service class here in Washington, D.C. You understand? We just, once again, keeping our culture, taking back our culture. We're going to read these scriptures. We're in the book of 2 Chronicles. We're going to read it in Hebrew first, and then we're going to go over to the English and break it down. You understand? We're picking up where we left off. 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 2. Or why do you say you have some trouble at first? Verse 3, the water. Let me see. You understand? We're going to break down what we was before. You understand? Chapter 15, previously last week, going into King Asa. You understand? And his rulership and what was going on. And towards the end of his rulership, about 30-some years in, you understand? We back again at war. King Asa had got the people to turn back to God, man. You understand? And that's just something what an honorable leader is going to do when they realize, you know, what's going on. When we look at 22 today, we look at the black community and why we are so messed up and why we're so screwed up. You understand? We don't have a leader in the world, in America, besides Commander Yahanna, that understands that any time that Israel has been in ruins, it's because we had to turn back to our Lord. You understand? So what's going on right here? King Asa has turned it back around. We follow the Lord 30-some years in. You understand? Here comes another war, and that's what we're picking up right here. You understand? So, Walter, take the first one for me at 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 3. Go ahead.
First Chronicles chapter 16, verse 3 in the Hebrew. by your now. Yaba your ba, yanaka. Waba yun. Abaya. Waba yun. Abiyaka. Hana. Shalam. Hatawa. Shalaka. Taya. Laka. Kasa. I haba. Laka. Hapara. Barayaka. The ice up. Malak. Yashala. Waya Allah. Ma'alia. Verse 4. Waya Shema. Bun. Hada. Hada. Ow. Hamalak. I.S.U.P.K. Salaki. Asa. Waya Shalak. Sharak. Sharia. Salaki. Akaya. Layam. Ashar. Lawa. Arya. Yasha'al. Wayakuwa. Ayawana. Salaki. Ayawan. Wa'a. Dana. Wa'a. Abal. Mayam. Wa'a. Cow. Masaka. Nawatha. Arya. Napath. Laya. Verse 5. Wayahaya. Kasham. Ma'a. Ba'aisha. Wayakadam. Maba. Nawa. Haruma. Wayashaba. Bala'ak. The what? Verse 6. Wasa'a. Salaki. Wa'asa'a. What? Hamalak. Lakwa ka. Cow. Yahawada. Wayasha'awa. Abunya. Arum. Haruma. Wa'a. Atazaya. Ashar. Bana. Ba'aisha. Wayabun. Baham. Gaba'a. Wa'a. Hamatasapa. Verse 7. Waba'ai. Baba Aitha. Salaki. Haha Ya'a. Haha Ya'a. Ba'a. Kana Naya. Ara. Aha. Ow. Asa'a. Malak. Yahawada. Waya Amar. Al Yun. Salaki. Al Yawa. Bahash. Anika. Al. Malak. Amar. Salaki. Aram. Wala'a. Nasha Ana. Nasha. Anatha. Al. Yahaya. Salaki. Yahweh. Awaya. Al. Kana. Namalakta. Namalat. Kaya. Malak. Arama. Aram. Maya. Mayadak. Verse 8. Hala'a. Haka. Washiyam. Hawaka Yeshaya. Wa'a. Lawa. Salaki. Wa'a. Waha. Lawa. Bayam. Hayawa. Laka. Yala. Lara. Kaba. Walapa. Shayam. Laha. Rabba. Ma'ada. Wabahash. Anika. Al. Yahweh. Salaki. Yahweh. Nama. Fayatka. Verse 9. Kaya. Yahweh. Ayun. Yawa. Masha. Mashita. Tawa. Ka. Aratiza. Laha. Kazakwa. Ain. Kalaba. Bama. Wala. Aliyawa. Nisa. Kala. Al. Da'a. Ka. Ma'ai. Nisha. Amalak. Salaki. Imak. Malak. Mawak.
We're gonna pick up in the English. Yeah, 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 3. Go ahead.
Kawakan. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 16, verse 3. There is a league between me and thee, as there was between my father and thy father. Behold, I have sent thee silver and gold. Go, break thy league with Baasha, king of Israel, that he may depart from me.
Right, just to give y'all some context, what's going on once again. Israel fighting like normal. You understand? Israel fighting like normal. We just can't get along. You understand? We just wasn't in the spirit with it. So what's going on here was an attempt to stop this blockade, to stop this war You understand? I mean, well, not an attempt to stop it, but to break their alliance. You understand? They're trying to stop it once again. It's the kingdom, the northern kingdom didn't fall completely after Jeroboam. You understand? So, once they got themselves back together is when they, reinitiated, trying to fight up again. You understand? They went back and got some arms. They went back and got, neighboring countries and, tried to come up against Judah. You understand? Tried to come up against the rest of Israel. And this was going right here was an attempt to break that alliance with one of the neighboring, countries that they tried to get them to join them to take over Judah. Right? Keep reading.
Come. Verse 4. And Ben-Hadad hearkened unto King Asa and sent the captains of his armies against the cities of Israel. And they smote Ijon and Dan and Abel Ma'im and all the stores and all the store cities of Naphtali. Chapter 5. And it came to pass. Verse 5. And it came to pass when Baasha heard it that he left off building of Ramah and let his work cease.
And Baasha was the new king over the northern kingdom. That was the new king that came up after. That was, the north had elected as their king. Keep reading.
Come on. Verse 6. Then Asa took king to all Judah, and they carried away the stones of Ramah and the timber, therefore, wherewith Baasha was building, and he built therewith Gebah and Mizpah. Verse 7. And at that time, Hanani, the seer, came to Asa, king of Judah, and said unto him, because thou hast relied on the king of Syria and not relied on the Lord thy God, therefore is the host of the king of Syria escaped out of thine hand.
Good.
Verse 8. Were not the Ethiopians and the Labims and a huge host.
Once again, so what's going on right there? So a prophet is coming up to King Asa, right? A prophet is coming up to King Asa and telling him, like, after this victory right here, last time when the Ethiopians came up against y'all, what'd you do? You came to the Lord, you understand? You went to the Lord, pleaded to the Lord, and the Lord was on our side. You understand? This time you went relied on some heathen, or you went relied on the king of Assyria. And you did not even think about, you understand, looking to the Lord. You understand? You relying on numbers. You relying on what looks like strength. Y'all know in the book where it says you trusting in the shadow of Egypt. This is exactly what's going on in this context too.
Right.
He's trusting in the power and going to making whatever deal and the men's offering gold and silver. You understand, to get them to depart their alliance and come up and to turn their backs on the Lord. All you had to do was go to the Lord. You understand? All you had to do was go to a man of the Lord. But instead, you took that route, and then, the Lord right here, he's not going to let that go unheard of. You understand? Keep reading. Verse 8 from the top.
Verse 8, verse 8 from the top. Were not the Ethiopians and the Labums a huge host with very many chariots and horsemen? Yet, because thou didst rely on the Lord, he delivered them on into thy hand. Verse 9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him.
Keep going.
Herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth thou shalt have wars.
You understand? And that verse is so heavy because read verse 9 from the top.
Come. Verse 9 from the top. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to shew himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him.
Go ahead.
Herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth thou shalt have wars.
Okay, no sweat. You understand? So that verse right there is so heavy. Once again, the black leaders in this community today would know what to do with us, and they just simply knew, that what that verse was saying. The Lord saying His eyes go to and fro throughout the entire earth, meaning He knows everything that's going on. He sees what's going on. He runs the thing. You understand? He sees what's going on, and the ones that seek towards Him and they do it perfectly. You understand? The Lord is on their side. You understand? The Lord said, if you ever want to realize and try to figure out and, just get the first step into figuring out why it is that we, understand, in the conditions we in, and you want to call yourself a black leader and you don't know what to do, the first thing you got to do is you got to come back to the Lord. Right. You understand? That's what you got to turn to. You got to turn to the thing that America hates, that America doesn't want to teach you. You're gonna have to turn to the Bible. You understand? That was the end of that verse, right? Oh, that's what up here. Imagine. You understand? Shapat, present ourselves.
Come. That's what.
Shapak Dayak. Ban Yahawda Ban Yashala.
Shapat Dayak, Ban Yahawda Ban Yashala.
Yahawda Shim Yaw Shabrak.
Yahawda Shim Yaw Shabrak. Men of faith, Shagan, please be seated. Correctly. Do that when you was you already have it set up? Okay, good.
First Chronicles 16, 10 through 14, and then 17 through 2. 16 10.
Yeah. Book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 16, verse 10. Wayakai Kasa I.S.U.P.K. Al Hara Wayathana Hawa Bayath Hapa Kath Kaya Baza Ap Imawa Al Ayath Za'ath What Wayara Rataza Asa'a Mana Ha'ain Ba'aith Hahaya'a. Verse 11. Wahana Debaria Asa'a Hara Asha Wanayam Waha'a Kara Wanayam Hanama Kathawa Bayom Al Sapar Hamalakim La Hawada Salah Wayashala. Verse 12. Waya Kala. Hold up. Waya Kala'a. Asa'a. Bashanath.
Shalawashim.
Watashai. Lamalak. Wathawa.
Wathawa.
Baragal Yawa. Aid. Lama Isla. Color Yawa. Wagama. Bakal Yawa. La'a. The Rosh. Ath. Yahweh. Kaya. Barapa'a Yum. Verse 13. Waya Shakab. Asa'a. Ain. Abatha Yawa. Wayamath. Bashanath. Arabayim. Wa'akath. Lamalakwa. Verse 14. Waya Kwaba Rahawa. Bakwaba Rathayawa. Ashar. Karaha. Lawa. Ba'ayara. Or Ba'ayra. Yar. Sorry. There were Yard. Wayasha Kayaba Hawa. Bamasha Kab. Ashar. Mala'ah. Basha Mayim. Wasn't the Yum. Marakwa Kayam. Bamara Kwakath.
Yeah, verse 14.
Calm, almost finished. Ma'aisha. Waya Sharab. Waya Sharapwa. Rapawa. Lawa. Sharapa. Gotta wala. Gotta wa laha. Aid. Lama'ad.
17:1-2.
Book of Chronicles, chapter 17.
Second Chronicles.
I mean, Slocky. Book of Second Chronicles, chapter 17, verse 1. Waya Malak. Yahweh Shapath. Yahweh Shapat. Banawan. Takata Yawa.
Do everybody. Put mine to the side.
Wayatha Kazak. Al. Yasha'ala. Verse 2. Wayathan. Kayal. Bakal. Araya. Yahawada. Habataza.
Batazar Wath.
Bar Wath. Wayathan. Nataza Ya Bayam. Ba'ara Taza. Yahawada. Rabbi I Rayah.
Mm-hmm. Aparia.
Aparium, Ashar, Lakar, Asa'ah, Abadyawa.
Let's have it first. We're gonna take it over to the English. You had 2 Chronicles chapter 16, start at verse 10.
Talk cuss.
All right.
16, 10, bang. Then Asa was wroth with the seer and put him in a prison house.
You understand? So Asa, he mad because pretty much he done got this victory, and he said, "Oh snap! I forgot to do one thing." And now he got to get what it is. He got to get what his father got to get him. You understand? The Lord is gonna have he gonna have to bring some type of judgment down. And Asa is mad at the prophet for telling him this. So he throw him in jail. You know what I'm saying? He throw him in jail, just like many times the men above us, give them a hand. All the times, Commander Yahanna and all the generals, police messing with us and all that and above, and we came out on top, man. You understand that anytime we get out there about it being told something right, you understand, they want to throw us in jail. So this is what King Asa did out of his anger. He made that mistake, threw the prophet in jail because he didn't like what's being told to him. Right? Keep going.
Calm. For he was in a rage with him because of this thing. And Asa oppressed some of the people the same time. Verse 11. And behold, the acts of Asa, first and last, lo, they are written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. Verse 12. And Asa, in the 39th year of his reign, was diseased in his feet, until his disease was exceedingly great. Yet in his disease he sought not to the Lord, but to the physicians.
You understand? So once again, right now, King Asa, he you would think he beefing with the Lord. You understand? He not getting the hint after a while. Job after a while got the hint. You understand? After a while, he just still wasn't getting the hint. First, it was this: the prophet came to him. He threw the prophet in jail, tried to tell him. Then he get a bunion on his foot. He get a sour bunion on his foot. His feet hurting. He got nobody to rub him. The pain is getting wild right now. You understand? He went to the physicians. Not saying that you should never go to a doctor or nothing like that, but he still didn't inquire the Lord. He still didn't go seek out the Lord and try to figure out, why is my feet hurting? You understand? So keep going.
Verse 13. And Asa slept with his fathers and died in the 41st year of his reign.
And slept with his fathers for you. What is it? What's the term now? Is it homosexual? Is that okay to use? I believe it's homosexual.
Nah,
so it's not a verse saying. What is it? You can say gay now?
Gay.
That's better. No problem. That's better. That works for me. They change it every day. That works for me. Gay. Right? This is not a verse for you gay people out there, you gay boys. This is not a verse saying that he slept with his fathers and they had a slumber party and no, that means he died and he was buried. That's all. His father's buried. You understand? You're freakies. Keep going.
Go. Verse 14. And they buried him in his own sepulchres, which he had made for himself in the city of David, and laid him in the bed which was filled with sweet odors and divers kinds of spices prepared by the apothecaries art. And they made a very great burning for him.
You understand? So he still had a, even though he had a bad way going out, they still, honored what he stood for and how he, got the kingdom to come back, serve the Lord, pretty much as a compliment. So he still had an honorable burial. You understand? Keep reading.
Come. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 17, verse 1. And Jehoshaphat, his son, reigned in his stead, and strengthened him against Israel, and strengthened himself against Israel. Verse 2. And he placed forces in all the fenced cities of Judah, and set garrisons in the land of Judah, and in the cities of Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken.
God will present that so.
Pagaibu, by Yahanna, by Yasha'Allah.
Pagaibu, by Yahanna, by Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Good reading. up here. Yashavi, which means to be seated. I'll take this one on watching. Where we at? 2 Chronicles chapter 17, verse, what is that, 3?
3.
All right. We back in the Hebrew. 2 Chronicles. Give me 1 second, bear with me. We at verse 3. Wayahaya, Yahweh, Ima, Yahah, Washapat, Kaya, Halak, Badara, Daya, Salakia, Bada, Rakaya, Dawayad, Abayawa, Hara, Ashanyam, Wala'ah, Darash, Laba'ai, Layam, verse 4, Kaya, Lahaya, Abayawa, Darash, Waba, Matazah, Watayawa, Halak, Wala'ah, Kama'aisha, Yasha'ala, verse 5, Wayakan, Yahweh, Hama, Malak, Lamaka, Baya, Dawa, Wayathanwa, Kael, Yahweh Da, Maha, Manaka, Laya, Hawashapat, Wayahaya, Lawa, Aisha, Wakabawad, Labar, Lara, verse 6, Wayagaba, Labawa, Bararakya, Yahweh, Wa'awad, Hasayar, Ath, Haba Mawath, Wa'ath, Ha'asharyam, Maya, Hawada, verse 7, Wabashanath, Shalawash, Lamalakwa, Shalak, Lashar Yawa, Laban, Kayo, Wala Ibadiah, Wala Zakaria, Wala Nath, Na'al, Wala Maya Kaya, Hawa, Lalamad, Ba'araya, Yahweh, verse 8, Wa'ai Maham, Hala Wayam, Shemai Yahweh, Wanath, Na Yahweh, Wazabad Yahweh, Wa'ai Shalaki, Wa'ai Sha'ahol, Washamar, Washamarium, Washamar Yama, Salaki, Mawaf, Wayaha, Wanathan, Wa'a, Danaya, Hawa, Wata, Waba Yahweh, Wata Wa, out of one ya, Halawayam, Wa'ai Maham, Allah, Allah, Yashamai, Waya Hawaram, Haka, Hanayam, verse 9, Waya Lamadwa, Baya Hawada, Wa'ai Maham, Sapal, Natharath, Tharatha, Yahweh, Waya Sabawa, Bakol, Araya, Yahweh, Waya Lamadwa, Ba'ima. That's it, right? We're gonna pick up in the English. Don't sound crazy. You at 2 Chronicles chapter 17, verse 3.
Go
ahead.
2 Chronicles chapter 17, verse 3. And the Lord was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the first ways of his father David, and sought not unto Baalim.
Yes, go ahead. So the Lord was with Jehoshaphat because why? He ain't seek unto what? He didn't say, oh yeah, them extra. Get a hand, get a sister hand. What is that? What is that? I ain't even see it. What is that? Y'all got me pausing in the middle of the breakdown. Is that a biscuit? His sister that made a biscuit, and good night, and a shake. Most time crazy. Give it another hand, man. Coming through with the breakfast. The weather's good outside. We going to camp, man. Get a load of hands. A lot of you. Good night. Got the food going. Most time crazy. We trying to get the scriptures down. Good night. You understand? Read it again. Now to mess me up, throwing out the shapes and biscuits. I got it, man. Good night. Salagi. Listen, we got to get back to the scriptures, but you got to understand the sisters up in here are different. with a capital D in the beginning. The sisters here are different. They're making biscuits and shape from scratch. I don't even know how you do that. Go ahead.
Second Chronicles chapter 17, verse 3. And the Lord was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the first ways of his father David, and sought not unto Baalim. Verse 4. But sought to the Lord God of his father, and walked in his commandments, and not after the doings of Israel. Verse 5. Therefore the Lord established the kingdom in his hand, and all Judah brought to Jehoshaphat presents, and he had riches and honor in abundance. Verse 6. And his heart was lifted up in the ways of the Lord. Moreover, he took away the high places and groves out of Judah. Verse 7. Also in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent to his princes, even to Ben-Hail, and to Obadiah, and to Zechariah, and to Nathaniel, and to Micaiah, to teach in the cities of Judah. Verse 8. And with them he sent Levites, even Shemaiah, and Nethaniah, and Zebediah, and Asahel, and Shemiramoth, and Jehonathan, and Adonijah, and Tobijah, and Tobadonijah, Levites, and with them Elishama and Jehoram, priests.
Keep reading. Keep reading. Got one more.
Verse 9. And they taught in Judah, and had the book of the law of the Lord with them, and went out throughout all the cities of Judah and taught the people.
Good brother, and brother saying them names like he know them or something. You say so? Please. Verse 5. Okay, well, this one, no sweat. So this is what's going on right here. Is once again, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, they beefing, just like we normally always fighting in the first place. So what's going on here? If you go back to chapter 16, King Asa, he suck out the they brought out the Ethiopians, and with the Ethiopians you seek the Lord. But when you came to these troubles right here, you went to the king of Syria, and you didn't seek the Lord at all. You trusted in, once again, like the shadow of Egypt. Well, here comes the northern kingdom, and what we just read in verse 3 and 4 in chapter 17. What's the brother name? Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat, he once again, he followed out the Lord, the law, statute, commandments of the Lord. He didn't do after the doings of Israel, as it says in verse 4. He didn't do what we were doing at that time.
What we weren't supposed to be doing?
Right, what we weren't supposed to be doing. He decided to seek the Lord. So the Lord, now he's with, instead of being with this with the southern in this thing, he done switched over. He with the northern with this thing, because they're following the Lord and he seek the Lord. So that's what's going on in verse 5. You understand? With that, imagine, which means to stand. Mathaya, present yourself.
Mataya, Banyamyan,
Banyashala.
Banyashala,
Mataya, Banyamyan, Banyashala.
Yahba Shem Yahushua
Yahushua.
Good reading, by the way. Sweat coming up. Man up here. We be seated. We're gonna pick up once again in the Hebrew. Yeah, 2 Chronicles chapter 17, verse 10. You think you got it? You want to try? Just do the first verse.
Where?
And I'll watch you pick up after that. Yeah, 17, verse 10.
17 verse 10.
And I'll watch you pick up after that.
Come. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 17, verse 10. Waya Slaki. Yahweh. Pakada. Yahweh. Ow. Cow. Mamalak what? Rataza Wath. Ashar. Saba Yaba Wath. Yahawada. Wala. Nalaka Maya. I'm Salaki. Nalaka Mawa. I'm Yahawash Pot. Yahawash Pot.
We'll read it. Verse 11. Wamana. Palash. Tayam. Mabaya Ayam. Lahawa Shapak. Manak. Waka Sapa. Masha'ah. Lama. Ha'ara. Salaki. Ha'ara. Ya'ayam. Mabaya'a Yam. Mabaya'ayam. Lawa. Taza'an. Aya. Salaki. Alayah. Salaki. Aya. Layam. Shaba'ath. Alapayam. Washabi. Ma'awath. Watha. Yeshayim. Shaba'ah. Alapayim. Washabi. Salaki. Washabai. Ma'awath. Verse 12. Wayahaya. Wahawa. Shapat. Halak. Wagadal. Lama Alia. Wayabun. Baya Awada. Baya but Salakia. Baya Ranaya. Watha Wa'ai Raya Masaka Nawath. Verse 13. Wamalak Aka. Rabaha. Salakia. Haya. Lawa. Ba'araya. Haya Wada. Wa'a. Nashaya. Mama Lakma. Gabo Rayaya. Gabo Raya. Hawala. Salakia. Hayala. Salakia. Kayala. Baya Rawash. Baya Rawashlam. Verse 14. Wa Allah. Pakwa de thumb. Labayim, Labayath, Abawath, Salakia, Abawathium, Lahaya Wada, Sharia, Alapathium, Salakia, Alapayam, Idana, Hashar, Salakia,
That's right.
Hashar, Wa'imya, Wa'imawa, Gabawa, Roya,
Gabba warrior.
Gabawarrior,
Kayo.
Kayala,
Kayo.
Kayal, Shalash, Ma'awath, Alapa. Verse 15. Wa'ala, Wa'al, Yadawa,
Yaha Wakana.
Yaha Wakana,
Wakanan. Salaki.
Wakanan, Salaki. Hashar, Wa'imoya, Salakia. Wa'i, Mawa, Wa'imawa. Ma'athium. Washam, Wanayam. Alapa, Alap. Verse 16. Wa'al, Yadawa, Yadawa. Imasakya, Salakia. Messiah. Bun, Zakariah, Hamath, Tanab, La Yahweh, Salakia, La Yahweh,
You're right. Yahweh.
La Yahweh. Wa'imawa, Ma'athium, Alak, Gabawar, Kayo.
We'll go back to the English. And Salaki says, in your question that you were asked, not that the Lord went and was with the northern kingdom, he was still with Judah. But this with King Asa not going to the Lord, his son King Jehoshaphat was the next one that came in line after he died, right? So he took the throne and he actually seeked towards the Lord. So this would mean that the Lord is now establishing himself within Judah. Yeah, man. Pick up where we at in the English. 2 Chronicles chapter 17, verse 10. Go ahead.
Khan. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 17, verse 10. And the fear of the Lord fell upon all the kingdoms of the lands that were round about Judah, so that they were made no war against Jehoshaphat. Verse 11. Also, some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and tributes, silver, and the Arabians brought him flocks, 7,700 rams, and 7,700 he goats.
Right, so Jehoshaphat was running this thing, perfectly. He had respect. You got these heathen nations. They bringing them gifts, bringing them, bringing them all types and sorts of gifts. Because once again, this is the reputation that Jehoshaphat, set up for that he earned. You understand? Keep reading.
Khan. Verse 12. And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities of store. Verse 13. And he had much business in the city of Judah, and the men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem. Verse 14. And these are the numbers of them according to the house of their fathers of Judah, the captains of 1,000, Anad, the chief, and with him mighty men of valor, 300,000. Verse 15. And next to him was Johanan, the captain, and with him 280,000. Verse 16. And next to him was Amasiah, the son of Zerai, who willingly offered himself unto the Lord, and with him 200,000 mighty men of valor. That's it, sir.
And appear, Majin. Pagaba will present herself.
Pagaiwa, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashala.
Pagaiwa, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
All right, come on up. Let up here, your shotguns be seated. We'll take it back to the Hebrew again. We at why'd you do the first? Do up to verse 19. Do 19. 2 Chronicles 17 to 17.
First Chronicles chapter 17, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Wamana. Bana. Yamana. Gaba. What? Gabawar. Kaya. Alayat. Wa'imwa. Wa'imwa. Salaki. Nesha. Koya. Kosha. Wamagun. Ma'athium. Allah. Verse 18. Wa'al. Yahweh. Yahweh. Zabat. Wa'imwa. Ma'ah. Washam. Wanayam. Allah. Kalawa Tazak, yeah. Tazak Ba'ah, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Allah. Hamashah Tayam. Ah. Hamalak. Malabad. Ashar. Nathan. Hamalak. Ba'iriya. Salakia. Ba'iriya. I'm a Batazara. I'm a Batazar. Bakal. Yahawada.
Christ. 2 Chronicles, I'll take it from here. 2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 1. Bear with me. Wayahaya, like Yahah, Washapat, Aishah, Wakab, Wakab, Bawad, Larab, Wayath, Kathan, La'a, Ka'aba, verse 2. Waya Rada, Lakataza, Shanayam, Al, Aka'aba, Lashamarwan, Waya Zabak, Lawa, Aka'aba, Taza Nar, Wabakar, Laraba, Wala'im, Ashur, Imawa, Waya Sayath Hawa, La'ai, Lawath, Ar, Ramath, Gala'ai, verse 3, Waya Amar, Aka Abba, Malak, Yasha'al, Ar, Yaha, Washapat, Malak, Yahawada, Hathalak, Imaya, or Imya, Ramath, Laga'ai, Waya Amar, Lawa, Kamar, Wanaya, Kamar, Waka, Imawak, Imaya, Wa'ai, Maka, Bamalakma, verse 4, Waya Amar, Yaha, Washapat, Al, Malak, Yasha'Allah, Darash, Na'ah, Kayawam, Ath, Debar, Yahweh. We're going to take it back to the English. Chapter 17, verse 17.
Second Chronicles, chapter 17, verse 17. And of Benjamin, Eliada, a mighty man of valor, and with him armed men with bow and shield, 200,000. Verse 18. And next him was Jehozabad, and with him 180,000 ready prepared for the war. Verse 19. These waited on the king, beside those whom the king put in all. For these waited on the king, beside those whom the king put in the fenced cities throughout all Judah. Second Chronicles chapter 18, verse 1. Now Jehoshaphat had riches and honor in abundance, and joined affinity with Ahab. Verse 2. And after certain years, he went down to Ahab to Samaria, and Ahab killed sheep and oxen for him in abundance, and for the people that he had with him, and persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead. Verse 3. And Ahab, king of Israel, said to Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, wilt thou go with me to Ramoth Gilead? And he answered him, I am as thou art, and my people as thy people, and we will be with thee in the war.
Now, what's going on here? So, Jehoshaphat went down. You understand? He went up. Chilling with not chilling with the northern tribe, but went and talked to him, trying to patch these things up. Because once again, we was just beefing. And in the midst of this, he asked them why they meet if they would go to war with them. You understand? And Jehoshaphat being a man of war, he said, I'm all down. I'm ready for the smoke. He said, I am as thou art, and my people as thy people. You understand? He ready to go to this war and aid them in this war. However, Jehoshaphat he does what a leader should do. You understand? And he thought that he should seek towards the Lord first, was what we about to read. Keep reading.
Verse 4. And Jehoshaphat said unto the king of Israel, inquire, I pray thee, and the word of the Lord at the word of the Lord today.
Go ahead.
That's it.
Keep going on to the next one. Where you at? Second Chronicles chapter 18, verse 5. I'll take this one. Waya Kabataza Malak Yasha'Allah Af Hana Ba'ayam Arabai Ma'awath Ayash Waya Amor Alaham Hanalak Ar Ramath Gala'ai Lama Lakama Amar Akadol Waya Amarwa Ayla Wayathan Ha'a Lahayam Bayad Hamalak. Verse 6. Waya Amar Yaha Washapat Ha'a Yun Paha Naba Ya'a La Yahawa Iwad Wana Darasha Ma'athwa. Verse 7. Wa Amar Malak Yasha'Allah Ar Yaha Washapat Iwad Ashar Salaki Ayash Akkad Ladar Ladarash Ath Yahweh Ma'athwa La'a Naya Shana Athya Hawa Kaya Ayana Nawa Matha Naba'a Alya Lata Latawa Kaya Kal Yama Yawa Lara'ai Salaki Lara'ai Hawa'a Maya Mayaka Yahweh Bun Yamala'a Waya Amar Yaha Washapat Al Ya'amar Hamalak Kun. Verse 8. Waya Kara'a Malak Yasha'Allah Al Sarah Yasa Akkad Waya Amar Mahar Mayak Hawa Bun Yamala'ah, verse 9. Wa Malak Yasha'ala. Wa Ya Hawashapat Malak Yahawadah. Yawa Shabayam. Ayash Al Kasa'awa. Mala Bashayim. Bagadayam. Wa Ya Shabayim. Bagaran. Pathak. Sha'ira. Shamarwan. Wakal. Hana Bayayam. Mathan Ba'ayam. Lapan Yaham, verse 10. Wayaish Lawa Tazadak Yahweh Bun Kana Aina Karanaya Barazal Waya Amar Ka Amar Yahweh Ba'allah Thana Gakar Ath Aram I Kalawatham, verse 11. Wakal Hana Ba'ayam Naba'ayam Kun La'amar Ila Ramath Gala'id Waha Tazalak Wanathan Yahweh Bayad Hamalak. Going back over to the English, you have verse 5, chapter 18, verse 5.
Go
ahead.
2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 5. Therefore, the king of Israel gathered together of prophets 400 men, and said unto them, shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle?
So we got 400 now. So Jehoshaphat, seeking the Lord, got 400 prophets together and asked this question. You understand? Should we go to war or not? Keep reading.
Or shall I forbear? And they said, go up, for God will deliver it into the king's hand. Verse 6. But Jehoshaphat said, is there not here a prophet of the Lord besides? Is there not here a prophet of the Lord besides?
Now, Jehoshaphat, he thought something was fishy. Something ain't smell right. You understand? So he got 400 prophets. You would think 400 is enough, but he wants to be so sure. One of the things that we doing here is not, it's a saying that's in I.S.U.P.K. is not to be sure, but to go make sure. Somebody asks you a question, you're a younger man, no matter what your rank is, somebody asks you a question, you want to make sure, you want to go and make sure that this thing is completed. So Jehoshaphat, he ain't take the 400. Most of us, we would have been cool off of 2 people. Somebody you go get counsel, 2 or 3 people. Jehoshaphat still, he wasn't feeling it yet, so he wanted one more. He wanted to go see one more. Keep reading.
That we might inquire of him.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, there is yet one man by whom we may inquire of the Lord, but I hate him, for he never prophesied good unto me, but always evil. But always evil.
Now, so the one that was left, he didn't want to go to him. He's like, man, you ain't never got nothing good to say, man. Every time I go to you, you tell me no. You tell me no, and the Lord said don't do it. So I don't, I hate you. This is Israel. As you reading this, he don't want to go to this one. He did it on purpose too. Called 400, and he was James Harden. Got picked last. You understand? Shapak, come up here for a second. Shapak, keep reading.
The same is Micaiah, the son of Imlah. And Jehoshaphat said, let not the king say so. Verse 8. And the king of Israel called for one of his officers and said, fetch quickly Micaiah, the son of Imlah. Verse 9. And the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, sat either of them on his throne, clothed in their robes, and they sat in a void place. And they sat in a void place at the entering in of the gate of Samaria. And all the prophets prophesied before them. Verse 10. And Zedekiah, the son of Chenaanah, had made him horns of iron, and said, thus saith the Lord, with these thou shalt push Syria until they be consumed. Verse 11. And all the prophets prophesied so, saying, go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for the Lord shall deliver it into the hand of the king.
Most High praise. Let me see what time it is. No, keep going. We're gonna stay up here to the next one. Of 2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 12. I'll do it for time's sake. Salaki, give me 1 second. I'll do it for time's sake. 2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 12. Waha, Mala'aka, Ashar, Halak, Lakar, Ra'ah, Lama, Yaka, Yahweh, Debar, Allah, Yahweh, Al Yahweh, Salaki. I believe I go. Give me 1 second. La'amar, Hana, Dabaraya, Hana, Ba'ayam, Paha, Akkad, Tawa, Al, Hamalak, Wayahaya, Na'ah, Barak, Slaki, the Barak, Ka'akad, Maham, Wadarak, Slaki, Wada, Barath. Tawa, verse 13, Waya Amar, Maya, Kayahawa, Kaya, Yahweh, Kaya, Ath, Ashar, Ya'amar, Alahaya, Athwa, Adabar, verse 14, Waya Ba'ah, Hamalak, Waya Amar, Hamalak, Ala Yawa, Mayaka, Hanalak, Ramath, Galaad, Lama, Lakama, Amar, Akadol, Waya Amar, Awa, Wahatazol, Yakawa, Waya Nathanwa, Bada, Bayadak, Bayadakam, verse 15, Waya Amar, Al Yawa, Hamalak, I, Kama, Pa'ai, Mayam, Anaya, Mashab ya Ika, Ashar, La'a, Thadabar, Al-Ya, Raka, Amath, Basham, Yahweh, verse 16, Waya Amar, Ra'ah, Yathaya, Ath, Kel, Yasha'ala, Napar, Watazayim, El, Haharyam, Kataza'an, Ashar, Ayan, Lahan, Ra'ai, Waya Amar, Yahweh, El, Adayam, La'ala, Yashar, Wabawa, Ayash, Laba, Yathawa, Basha Lawam, verse 17, Waya Amar, Malak, Yasha'ala, El, Yahweh, Shapat, Hala'ah, Amar, Amarathia, Alayak, La'ah, Yatha, Naba'ah, Al-Ya, Tawa, Kaya, Amma, Lara'ai, verse 18, Waya Amar, Lakan, Shama'aiwa, Debar, Yahweh, Ra'ah, Yathaya, Ath, Yahweh, Yawashab, El, Kasa'awa, Wakal, Tazaba'awa, Hashamayam, Imadium, El, Yama, Yanawa, Washam, Alawa. First, taking it back over to the English, you at verse 12, chapter 18, verse 12.
God on God.
Go ahead.
2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 12. And the messenger that went to call Micaiah spake to him, saying, Behold, the words of the prophets declare good to the king with one assent. Let thy word, therefore, I pray thee, be like one of theirs, and speak thou good. Verse 13. And Micaiah said, As the Lord liveth, even what my God saith, that will I speak. Verse 14.
Jehoshaphat wanted to tell the truth. That's pretty much you saying. He like, listen, man, because we about to go to war. Don't play me. Tell the truth. What's going on here? You know what? Keep reading.
Verse 14. And when he was come to the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And he said, go ye up and prosper, and they shall be delivered into your hand. Verse 15. And the king said to him, how many times shall I adjure thee that thou say nothing but the truth to me in the name of the Lord?
What's about Jehoshaphat? He capping. He know he lying right now. He like, man, come on, man, just tell the truth. How many times I gotta ask you the same question? Tell the truth. Because at first the prophet, he lied. He said, nah, you go up there and you'll prosper. He didn't want to tell him what it is that he know right now. Keep going.
Verse 16. Then he said, I did see all Israel scattered upon the mountains as sheep that have no shepherd. And the Lord said, these have no master. Let them return, therefore, every man to his house in peace. Verse 17. And the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, did I not tell thee that he would not, did I not tell thee that he would not prophesy good unto me, but evil?
So here come this prophet. He like, see, didn't I tell you? Every time this brother opened his mouth, he ain't got nothing good to say. You got 400 prophets over here, 400 honorable, prophets over here that's saying, man, you gonna win. You gonna win. And then the brother the prophet, the one brother that's hated, but okay, just give me 1 second. Understand? So the brother, right here, Jehoshaphat, once again, this brother, he know he's hated, but he's going to tell the truth. And this dude right here, he come around saying, listen, man, I told you every time we come to this brother, go to the cam and mic, by the way, in the settings at the bottom. You understand? Every time we go to him, he ain't got nothing good to say. 4 of us have said that you're going to take the W, and here he come being a party pooper and tell us we're going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Who does he think we is? We Israel. How you going to say we're going to lose, right? Keep reading.
Verse 18. Again he said, therefore hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting upon his throne, and all the host of heaven standing on his right hand and on his left.
Those are grace. You understand? So once again, next week we're gonna pick up to where it is. I like the way it ended, so I'm not gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen next. Y'all don't read nothing. Y'all just wait till next week, Lord allow. I like the way it ended. It was like a to be continued at the last scripture, because it's like, dang, okay, well, what happened? Because you said that he lying. Israel like a good lie. Right. Everybody pull out the cameras and get real nosy and busy. Like, okay, so what happened next? You know what I'm saying? The boy about to go viral. That's what's about to happen next. You understand? But once again, first off, get the sisters a hand once again for the food. Coming through glorious. Got the shapes and whatnot. I don't even know what to expect next, but you're putting yourself on the pedestal now. Whichever one of you sisters did it, good night. Coming up with some glorious things, man. Most High in Christ, man. That's the Lord. You understand? Lord allow next week, we're going to come back. We're going to, you understand, have our Sabbath service. We're going to continue where we left off. And with that, Amajium, which means to stand. Blow the horn again. No sweat. Too wild. You too wild. You too wild. Hold it right there. No sweat. Takes hold. Blow it again. SHALAM.
SHALAM.
Water. Blow it one more time. All right. Face back forward. Israel,
Men of Israel, gird up thy loins to salute the Torah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Yah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Yah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakiyah.
Amijim, which means to stand. Wapadum, Salaki. Wapaya, Hakwadum, which means stand and face the east.
Turn and face the east.
Turn and face the east. We'll say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakutka,
Malakutka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazayaka,
Ratazayaka,
Ayah,
Ayah,
I.S.U.P.K,
I.S.U.P.K,
Ba'arataza,
Ba'arataza,
Kawak,
Kawak,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Washamayim,
Washamayim,
Nathananaw,
Nathananaw,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Kal, you won't,
Wasalakinaw,
Kabawatinaw,
Kabawatinaw,
Wasalakinaw,
Wasalakinaw,
Kabawatinaw,
Kabawatinaw,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Taba'ayanaw,
Taba'ayanaw,
Banasaya one,
Banasaya one,
Abal, Awashayanaw,
Awashayanaw,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Right,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wahatapara,
Wahatapara,
La'awalanya, Aman.
And in the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth,
In earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our debts.
and forgive us our debts,
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debts,
lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Say Hakat the power, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem Yahushua,
Bahashem Yahushua,
Babakashah,
Babakashah,
Nathanaw,
Nathanaw,
Hakat,
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 Larapa'ah,
Larapa'ah,
Kal Makala, Kal Makala,
Kalmakala,
Wakal Madawa,
Wakal Madawa,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazariah,
Hamatazariah,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Lahaki,
Lahakim,
Hamathi,
Hamathim,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Al-Karat, Arakawa,
Arakawa,
Tama'ala,
Tama'ala,
Garashan,
Garashan,
Bahashem Yahushua,
Bahashem Yahushua,
the water of month.
the water of money. And in the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua,
please give us the power,
please give us the
the
power,
power to heal,
the power to heal
all manner of sickness,
all manner of
and
sickness,
all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the
the
leper,
power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the
the
dead,
power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean
to
spirits,
cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Say, bless Israel, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Baraklanaw,
Baraklanaw,
Wayasha'ala,
Wayasha'ala,
Wahabaya,
Wahabaya,
Saparia,
Saparia,
Barak,
Barak,
Rapah,
Rapah,
Magun,
Magun,
Hagun,
Hagun,
Bahashem Yahushua,
Bahashem Yahushua,
the water of month.
the water of month.
and in the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
bless us,
bless us,
and Israel,
and Israel,
and the school,
and the school.
bless,
Bless,
heal,
heal,
shield,
shield,
protect,
protect
our loved ones,
our loved
in the
ones.
name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
thank you,
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Say Psalms 121, Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahahaya,
Ahoyam,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Azoya,
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 Ma'an,
Ma'an,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
I.S.U.P.K,
I.S.U.P.K,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Wa'arataza,
Wa'arataza,
Ayathan,
Ayathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Ayanawam,
Ayanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hanak,
Hanak,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashun,
Yayashun,
Shawamah,
Shawamah,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Ayat,
Ayat,
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka,
Yamawam,
Yamamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yayaka,
Yayaka,
Yakaya, Yakaka, La'ah, Yakak,
Yakayaka,
Yakaka,
Yakayaka,
Wayaraq,
Wayaraq,
Balai Yalam,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makawai,
Makawai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapaska,
Athnapaska,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'afka,
Taza'afka,
Wababa'afka,
Waba'afka,
Ma'aitha,
Ma'aitha,
Wa'ai Awalam,
Wa'ai Awalam,
Wa'ai
the water of mud. And in the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to
He
be
that
moved.
keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve
from
thee
all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth,
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
We'll say Psalms 83. Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Al-Damayaka.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al.
Al.
Kayahanna.
Kayahana.
Awiyabika.
Awayabika.
Yahama Yawam.
Yahweh Yawam.
Wamashanayaka.
Wamashanayaka.
Naashawa.
Nasha'awah.
Nasha'awa.
Nasha'awa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Ya'ira Yamra.
Ya'ira
Sawa.
Sawa.
Wayataya Aitasawa.
Wayataya Aitasawa.
Altasabawanyaka.
Altazabawanyaka.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakina.
Wanakakina.
Magawa.
Magawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazaka.
Yazaka.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Awad.
Awad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Aitasawa.
Nawa Aitasawa.
La'a.
La.
Yakadwa.
Yakawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Baya.
Baya.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahalia.
Ahalia.
Alawam.
Alawam.
Wayashima Island.
Wayashima Island.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wagaria.
Wahagaria.
Salaki. Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Palashak.
Palashak.
Amyashabia.
Amyashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamashawar.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawat.
Zarawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Aisha Laham.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Kasaya Sara'ah.
Kasaya Sara'ah.
Kayabia.
Kayabia.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Koyashuan.
Koyashuan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayanda Ira.
Ba'ayanda Ira.
Hayawa. Daman. Salaki. Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Lada Adma. Salaki. La Adama. La Adama.
There you go. La Adama.
La Adama.
Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Nada Yadmawa.
Nada Yadmawa.
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira.
Wakazaba.
Wakazaba.
Salaki. Wakazaba.
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 Wakazamana.
Wakazamana.
Ka. Nayasawa Kamu. Oh, Salaki. Kai Nasaya Kamu.
Kai Nasaya Kamu.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Naya Rasha.
Naya Rasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Na'awa.
Na'awa.
Alahaya.
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 Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Kagagala.
Kagagala.
Kakwas.
Kakwas.
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Raka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Taba Ira Yaira.
Taba Ira.
Wakala Haba.
Wakala Haba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Khan.
Khan.
Taradapa.
Taradapa.
Basa Irika.
Basa Irika.
Wabasa Wapaka.
Wabasa Wapaka.
The Bahala.
The Bahala.
Mala'a. Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Galawan. Oh, Slaki. Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shabka.
Shabka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayaba'awa. Slaki. Wayabahaliwa.
Wayaba'awa.
Wayai.
Ayai.
Wayakapawa.
Wayakapawa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadawa. Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha. Shabka.
Shabka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labaka.
Labaka.
Ayawam.
Ayawam.
Al-Kaharataza.
Al-Kaharataza.
Duwadaman.
Duwadaman.
And in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumble.
Thy enemies make a tumble.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them off.
And let us cut them
From
off.
being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more remembrance.
May be
no more remember.
But they have consulted together.
But they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate
The
against thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of
And
Edom.
the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarene.
And the Hagarene.
Gabal and Ammon.
Gabal and
And
Ammon.
Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
And the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher's also joined with them.
Asher's also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kishon.
At the brook of
Which
Kishon.
perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreg.
Make their nobles like Oreg.
They like Zaid.
They like Zaid.
Yea.
Yea.
All of their princes.
All their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
And as Zalmunna.
As Zalmunna.
Who said?
Who said?
Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wind.
Make them like a wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the
As
wind.
the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame set the mountains on fire.
And as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled forever.
And troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And purged.
And purged.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That there.
That there.
Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
We're going to say the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Lahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazabaya.
Matazabaya.
Alawap Yahanna.
Alawap Yahanna.
Ha Alawap.
Ha Alawap.
Hasaranya.
Hasaranya.
Hakwata Sayamya.
Hakwata Sayamya.
How could Yam?
Hakayayamya.
How can you young?
Wahakwathin.
Wahawathin.
Yahweh Bahashim.
Yahweh Hashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The generals.
The general.
The captains.
The captain.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
We're going to do the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Thy prophets.
And our prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasures of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to get to the school.
That refuse to get to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nation.
And the nation.
And the drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
The Roman Catholic Church.
The Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA Space Program.
NASA Space Program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access chain.
Cable access chain.
And the radio chain.
And the radio chain.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit.
Of any of that people.
Of any of that
that
people.
seek to stop us.
That seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction.
And bring swift destruction.
To all the heathens.
To all the heathens.
That stand in the way.
That stand in the way.
Trying to stop us.
That's trying to stop us.
From broadcasting your word.
From broadcasting your
Throughout
word.
the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plague.
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 Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
And consume
Let
them.
the plague.
Let the plague.
Shake the house of the thief.
Shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucer.
Come down with the flying saucer.
And punish all the heathen.
And punish all the heathen.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak that word.
As we speak that word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
That is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread.
Through the media.
Through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Causing the shaking that coming.
Causing the shaking that coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Saw, which means to turn. Sisters, you could be seated. Give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Saw, which means to turn. Sisters, you stand up. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Alatham Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Yad Matah, and with that, class dismissed.
Oh, why'd you take that? All right, brothers, break it down quickly. Sisters, let us know when you're ready to rock out. All right. Let's try to get these things rocked out quick as possible.
It always gets me.
Make sure we get this thing quick. We're looking at 5 to 10 minutes. All of this put up. You understand? Watch it. Take care of this computer.